What does grief have to do with body trust work? If you're here, it's because you've realized that trying to control and change and fix your body isn't working or no longer works for you. You're starting to realize that there might be a different way of relating to your body. That constantly trying to control and fix your body is exhausting and it's no longer working for you. So you start to move away from the control model and you start to this idea of body trust and intuitive eating. It's going to bring up a lot within you. What might you be grieving? What have you lost from years, perhaps years of focusing your attention on your body, trying to change it, better it, control it? You've perhaps spent thousands of dollars on different procedures and pills and potions in the name of weight loss and health, and it hasn't worked. You're grieving the loss of identity around your eating disorder. Who are you without your eating disorder? You're grieving the loss of the thin idea or this idea that maybe one day I'll get to this perfect place with my body and everything will be okay. You're grieving the part of you that maybe put your life on hold in some way, that you didn't go after that job, or you didn't pursue that relationship, or you didn't do something on your bucket list because your body isn't ready or you're not ready in some way. So all of these things are going to start to surface right now as you begin to do this work, this body trust, intuitive eating work. You're letting go and you're grieving a foundational coping mechanism. And our mechanism, our coping strategy is a container for anxiety, uncertainty, and shame. Distracts us from the problem that we think we can solve, but we actually can't. So underneath that's wisdom. Underneath that is your longing, your deeper needs, your truth, your power, your creativity. Underneath that is wisdom. And I want to just take a moment to reflect on how wise that is and how there's there's gratitude. Let's get into a place of gratitude around that. Like, wow, this really worked to keep me alive for so long. And then drop down a little bit underneath that. What's coming up for you? It's scary to think about letting go of dieting. What would your life be like without body obsession? What would your life be like without disordered eating? What would your life be like without dieting, counting macros and points and blah, 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 blah? What would your life be like without thinking about the next plan? What would your life be like without this distraction? These are really scary things to think about. And what can come up during this moment is a grief process where we start to realize that there's dissonance created, wanting to believe we can control our bodies and coming to terms with the fact that we cannot anymore, that our bodies are not meant to be controlled in this way. And when we let that truth sink in, we experience this as loss. And grief is loss. Now, grief in our culture, we typically think of grief in the context of bereavement, when somebody dies. This type of grief is more ambiguous. This is a grief that we carry with us for a long time. And there are stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Grief carries with it big emotions, anger. We've been duped. Diet culture has lied to us for so many years. I spent thousands of dollars. I spent, years trying to do this and it hasn't worked. And that's going to bring up some anger. And underneath that is sadness. These are big emotions that feel out of control. Our culture doesn't know what to do with grief. We're very uncomfortable when it comes to grief. We live in a body oppressive society and a grief phobic culture. So my invitation to you is to just allow your feelings right now to surface, to feel them, to dip your toe in. And if it gets to be too much, dip your toe out. But know that there are no good feelings or bad feelings, that grief is a process that's going to move through you. It's part of your humanity, that you're going to feel these feelings, that it's normal and to keep going.